Hello, everybody. It is such an honor and a privilege to be here at TEDxEAEBusinessSchoolWomen. My name is Ronit. I am an impact entrepreneur, a founder, a recent winner of the Impact EAE Award, and I'm also a mom to 4 kids, a published author. I love to paint and to garden. I'm not very good at either of them, and I'm just so delighted to be here today. Thank you so very much. I'm going to share a slide deck with you. I was asked to talk about growth through leadership, and I think that there is nothing more interesting than growth through leadership when we discuss it through a very, very different lens. You see, leadership is often discussed in terms of models and theories and pages of documentation about change, and often people will discuss leadership in terms of military metaphors or sports analogies, and these things go right over my head. I think that if you're going to explain something, you need to explain it simply and basically. And as a mother to 4 children, if I can't explain it to my kids, then I need to try and explain it again. And as an impact entrepreneur, I like to be inspired by the world around me. So today I'm going to talk about leadership through the traits that we have and can see in nature. I called it finding in the animal in you because, ladies and gentlemen, it is a jungle out there, but in a good way. Now, the very first animal that I want to talk about is the elephant. Now, I was born and raised in South Africa, so I've seen many, many elephants, and it's my favorite animal of all time. There are many reasons why an elephant embodies leadership. Its presence, its maternal instincts, its stability and strength, but not for this reason I've chosen the elephant as the first leadership model trait to be had. Quite frankly, their superpower is their listening. It's their hearing. The ability to actively listen and hear is one of the strongest leadership qualities that I think we should all aim to strive and achieve. Actively listening and reading the room, understanding what's going on around you, not just what is being spoken, but what is also not said. This is an incredible trait. And my feeling is that in general, we don't listen enough. And when we do listen, we're not really often hearing what is being said. The idea to listen and to be present and to really understand what's going on is something that will enable you to have incredible strength in any setting and in any location. The next animal that I want to talk about is the chameleon. Now, instinctively, when we think about a chameleon, we think about how it adapts to its environment. It integrates. It is able to pivot and reframe itself. Now, these are fine qualities and really wonderful things that we should all have. A lot of these times, this is a defense mechanism in order to hide or camouflage from threats. Very, very super important. But what I want to talk about is reflection, which is the next leadership trait. Because let's be honest, most of us have not been born with expertise or experience or leadership qualities. It's things that we gain. And the art of reflection enables us to really grow as leaders because we imitate what we see in others. There is a phrase that says, fake it till you make it. I hate the phrase, but the idea of reflection and enabling growth through learning and imitation, this is something that even our young do it, and it's something that is very blessed and very, very beneficial. And if reflection is something that enables us to pivot and reframe and integrate and adapt, then the other challenge that I think we should definitely be trying to find a voice for is being distinct. As women, we're often forced to make a decision between dressing like men, talking like men, bringing forth the qualities that are expected and known to be had. On the other hand, we have distinctive voices. We have distinctive styles. We have distinctive stories and messages. And the bird, for me, typifies this trait of being distinct. In order to be a leader, you need to stand out. And in order to stand out, you've got to bring that thing that is distinctively and uniquely yours. And we should be embracing it. It doesn't matter how high-pitched our voice is. It doesn't matter what the clothes that we are wearing. We have to bring ourselves uniquely forward. Our next friend is the tortoise. And the tortoise, typically when you look at him, you're definitely thinking to yourself, the armor, the shield. You've got to be resilient in your surroundings. You've got to imagine that you can close out the noise, close out the things that are bothering you, that are telling you that you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not the same enough as everybody else in order to continue. Here's the thing. When I look at the tortoise, I think about knowing where your home is. Because at the end of the day, you need to come home to someone who loves, supports, understands your mission, and who enables you the time, the space, and the point of reflection to take it all in, to be yourself, and to wake up the next morning and to do it all again. So knowing where your home is and knowing who is with you on this journey is something that is imperative and critical for a leader. Now we go to the cold weather, to penguins. So as a mom of 4 kids, I think that no leadership style can be complete without talking about community and family. And penguins are simply unique in the way they do things. For example, the male penguin, he looks after the eggs, while the female goes and travels 50 miles away, 80 kilometers to fetch the food, to bring it, to regurgitate it and give it to her young. There is a unique sense of how the family works together as a unit and how the parents work together, not just for the survival of the young, but also for their thriving. Okay, so the family unit in leadership is being able to see your community as a whole, to embrace it, to enable the weakest link in the chain also to strive and thrive and grow, and to understand that as a leader, sometimes we have to travel the distance, we have to stretch, we have to work together, and it takes a community to build the next generation of leaders. And this is something that one should always look out for, because when we're gone, the rest is still here behind us. And we have to prepare for that outcome and for them to be ready. There are so many beautiful landscapes and there are so many different places that we can find ourselves. So my last point is that it is a jungle out there, but it's also an ocean and a desert and a savanna, and leadership also depends on context and adaptability. And the animal in you, the trait that you bring out, that you need to summon and that you need to share with the world, really does depend on context. It really does depend on the code of conduct of where you are, what you're trying to achieve, and who's around you. It is a jungle out there, and you have everything that you need, every trait that you need, every animal spirit that you need in order to make your way through it and to bring others along with you. Thank you so very much for this very kind opportunity, and have a wonderful day.